I know y'all cannot seriously be mad at sweet little Tab because she told the truth. So we gonna get into that. If this is your first time seeing me and hearing my big mouth, thank you and welcome. My name is Miss Charlotte. I've been known to keep it too real. Always accused, Charlotte, you keep it too real. Yep, I do. I did, and I will keep it real because too many people are keeping it fake. And before I get into this, let me just say this real. I always say this now. I'm the kind of big auntie that I got you, but you gotta want to be got, baby. You gotta want to hear the truth. I'm a firm believer that if somebody don't really give a damn about you, they will let you go out, act, and look like Boo Boo the Fool. Okay? That's a person who don't give a damn about you. Somebody who actually care about you, they gonna tell you like it is. Sometimes it's about the delivery. Sometimes they tell you like it is, and it comes off harsh and cruel. That's one way. And then sometimes they tell you like it is and they try to put as much sugar on top of it. They try to make it. You can't get no sweeter than Tab, honey. And Tab vegan. So ain't even no toxins in it. Okay? That's pure sweetness. Okay? So this is what I think. I'm gonna just keep it 100, okay? I'm just telling it like it is. I don't know Tab personally, but there was a vibe. There was an auntie vibe. I feel like she was talking to somebody specifically, and I feel like with her real feelings of how she's feeling towards this one person, that vibe kind of carried through her message. It wasn't the typical Tab message. This one felt a little bit more personal, and I think that's why some people felt attacked because they recognized within themselves who she was talking to. They say, what's that saying? A hit dog gonna holler. Okay, now I'm a Libra, so we see it, that scale. We be trying to balance it, trying to see it from both sides. So I understand all sides to it. So like I said again, I think Tab was talking to somebody. It was coming from a personal place. I think somebody in Tab's circle has a dream and they came to her because she got it like that now. God bless her. She got the water, honey. She got a well full of water, and this person came over with their empty pail and they dreamed, and they dipped in her well, and when they got that pail, they went walking out all shaking and the bacon and the water just splashing out that pail, and kept coming back, filling that pail up and not executing. And I think that's what she's trying to say is like, you got a dream, but sometimes people be dreaming. There's a difference. Now, I just got off work. Okay, that's why you got this right here, because I was editing, just did my nails. It is what it is. When you're an entrepreneur and you believe in yourself, you believe in your dream, you're not dreaming, you working. You got to work your dream. You can't just dream it. If that was the case, honey, I'd have won that $1 billion. I would have dreamt it and woke up with $1 billion. That didn't happen, okay? When you have a dream or a passion, you got to work it. And sometimes when you work it, it's your job. When you get a job, think differently. I did a video years ago. Your job is your seed investor. Okay? When I get my check, I don't go shot calling and buying red bottoms and Birkin bags and all of that kind of stuff. No, I reinvest in myself. I reinvest in my Seasonedteesbymcb.store. I reinvest in my projects that are coming out. Okay? I'm a creative. I'm a writer. So I know that I have to invest in my dream. Your dream is just like your child. If you got a child, you're responsible for that child. That's just like your dream and your vision. Okay? So I think that's what was going on with Tab. She was dealing with somebody who is in the current stage of just dreaming. We all dream. But when you become an entrepreneur or an artist, baby, the dream turns into some work. So let's talk about jobs, because I just don't like to talk about the ish I like to try to figure out how to cope with the ish, how to deal with the ish, because when you over here, we're dealing with the ish so that we can heal from the ish, so that we can win more ish. Okay. Okay. Anyway, let me get back to this. So what I was saying is solutions. So here's what I would say about a job. Don't just go get any job. Your weakness. Okay, let's use me as an example. Marketing and events. I do marketing and events for dealership and, the auto industry for number one brand. So I'm dealing with the top brand, luxury. So I'm learning a lot from that brand. I'm learning more about marketing and events, the basics. I need that basics in my business, okay? But there's no competition. So when I'm successful in my business that has nothing to do with the auto industry, I'm cool. So I say that to say, if you're a writer, don't go work for a network, because if you write for the network, whatever you write, period, they're going to own. And this comes from real person experience. I used to work for the Sci-Fi Channel. And when I did my book, Cosmopolitan Girls, which is about two small town girls moved to a big city, it has nothing to do with science fiction. Once it started getting some traction, they came to me and was like, we can say we own that because you're a copywriter for us. You see what I'm saying? So don't get a job that's in the same field as what you're doing that's competitive, but get something that complements it, something that you can, whatever you're weak in, find a job so that you can get strong on their dime. So I'm learning marketing, even though I know marketing, but I didn't know the business of it. So now that I'm learning the business of the marketing in the auto industry, I'm going to use some of that business in me. So small example. With Seasonedteesbymcb.store, I could have just, put out product and not even test it. But marketing and working with a top luxury brand, you know better. So I make sure I get samples. Samples cost money. That's where I spend my seed money. The money that I get from my job, I use that to buy samples, because before you get it, I'm going to get it first. It's my name, it's my integrity. I'm going to touch it, feel it, see what it's like. So I was going to do this tote bag. Baby, when they sent this tote bag to me, I said, I know you lying. I wouldn't spend $1 on this tote bag, and I'd be damned if I asked somebody else to spend anything. But if I didn't have a job, if I didn't have that money, I wouldn't have got that sample. So you need money, period. But at the end of the day, if you're not qualified to get a high-end paying job to learn something, then you go get what you can get, okay? Because money can be used for your project, especially if you got consistent money. Think of that as your seed investor. And like this venture capitalist said to me, which is great advice, and will help you to not be afraid of failing, because you're going to fail and you need to. This venture capitalist said, I don't invest in anyone who hasn't failed a couple of times, because I don't want them failing for the first time with my money. So baby, don't be afraid to fail. It's just like your life. Only you're responsible for your life, and only you are responsible for your dream. So you got to put some skin in the game, baby. Stop going to the same well. Stop looking for somebody to help you out all the time. Invest in yourself. Go get a job if you need to, because that income, that money is your seed. That's your seed money. Subscribe, share, like.